Hello dear viewers, it's Aziza Karaeva and you are watching us on TV channel Tourism and Forecast. And today we have a guest, an American visionary and author of 142 new theories and visions in 176 scholarly books and numerous articles as of June 2022, Dr. Peter Baofu. And it should be noted that Dr. Baofu writes articles to provide a visionary challenge to conventional wisdoms in all fields of knowledge, in social science, in formal science, nature and humanities, with the aim for unified theories of everything together with numerous visions of future histories in relations to the mind, nature, society and culture. Mr. Baofu, welcome once again to our TV channel and to Tajikistan.
Thank you for inviting me. And I even mentioned about migration, immigration to Russia and some other countries. A huge part of the Tajik economy is based on remittances that people send back. Look in Dushanbe here, Dushanbe. You see a lot of houses, sometimes get a lot of cars. How can people pay for all this? Well, because the mother, the father, sister, friends, whatever, the family somewhere working in Russia or in some other country, they send that money over, even though they don't have a job here, but they can still pay for all this. So that is very important. But again, that is not sustainable in the long term because nowadays many of the migrants in Russia now is under sanction by the EU and the US. So the Russian economy is also now facing another problem. Many of those migrants sooner or later cannot send back a lot of money anymore. And you will see that shock soon, coming to Tajikistan soon. What is the solution? Well, what Russia is doing and what the local people are doing too is that more and more China will become the major source of economic development in this region. Because they are next to you, they have the comparative advantage. Even Russia now is more and more dependent on China, the Chinese economy. So there's another solution to that, and then maybe that can help you to pay for it. Because sooner or later, all those migrants, they have to come home. And when they come home, how can they find a job? So you have to go beyond water supply, go beyond tourism to fund all these people so that they can work and contribute. And that is a long-term problem.
So now we problem that not all citizens graduates of the schools, they want to study here. They want to study in other countries, but when they graduate there, they didn't come back to develop their country. I don't know why. So it's not our thing today.
That is also a very important question that you just mentioned because this is not a problem unique in the case of Tajikistan. This problem is called in economics and sociology the brain-drain problem. This is a problem which has confronted a lot of underdeveloped or developing countries. People go to the advanced countries to have an education. When they finish the education, they do not go back. They stay in the advanced countries so that it's easier for them to find a job. Now, in a way, there's a waste of money and resources for the poor countries because they spend all this money to send their children to go to this school and all that. Hopefully they will come back and help the country, but they don't. Many of them, not all of them. And then they benefit the host countries because those are the rich countries. They don't need you anyway, but you go there anyway, and then you go there and help them. And in the end, have some resentment toward you because they think that you're the migrants, so you take away a job from them. But on the other hand, the good news is that over time, this is become less and less because I started this problem before. I have written a book on migration before too, and I noticed that. Let me give you one example. In America, there are a lot of people that come to America each year. More than 90% of those people do not stay in America for a long term. They may stay for a few weeks, for a few months, maybe for a few years, for whatever reason, they want to get a job, whatever. But sooner or later they go back to their country. Not right away, but some of them go back soon, some of them go back a bit later. But all of them, many of them go back because they discover that it is a human nature too. Have you ever heard the expression, sweet home? Your home in the end is the sweet home. You can go outside, Some people will adopt the new country as their home, and the new country fine. But the majority of them still think their own country is still the sweet home. That's where your food, your festival, your network, you name it, many other things make you as a citizen, as a cultural object of a certain country. So many of them do not stay. They go home because sooner or later you will discover it's not easy for you to think you are a member of the country because you do not grow up there. And sooner or later you notice that, yes, in terms of money, job, you may have a good benefit, but on the other hand, there may not a cost. So I think that's part of human nature. I look at China now. In the older days, let's say a few decades ago, China sent a lot of Chinese students to the US to study. But many of them now are returning to China. Why? Because China now is the dominant economy in the world, surpassing the US in 2014. I'm not just, as I said, look at Japan. In the older days, Japan sent a lot of Japanese students to Europe, to America to study, and many of them did not go home, they stayed. You know what? Things are also reversed. The many of them now go back to Japan. So it's not permanent. You go through a cycle. At the beginning, yes, many of them will go. But look at the migrants that you have now in Russia. How many of them do you think they are going to stay in Russia forever? No. I tell you now, many of them are coming back home soon because of helping in Russia. So things will go up and down like this. Don't think that is permanent. That's my good news, but also bad news in a way, but they are which angle that you look into.
Thank you, Mr. Baofu, for your colorful conversation with us. Welcome once again here. And okay, so now, dear viewers, our talk show, our conversation is going